It feels good, and just getting up there early, getting to development early, just feels good.
What did it mean to you not only to have your family here, but to really have this entire lecture hall full of support for you?
It means a lot, just full of people I grew up with every day, just knowing, talking to every day, just feels good.
Coach was talking about when you were initially offered the 50 line of the practice field or out in Newland Stadium. Were you expecting that moment when Billy Martinez came over and Josh Heupel initially offered you?
No, I wasn't really expecting it, but it's a surreal moment. Just took it all in, and grateful to be there.
What were some of those emotions you were feeling when that finally happened?
I really can't explain you the emotions I had, but it's always a great feeling.
To maybe be one of just a handful of guys being able to play at this level, obviously, Jacoby Gillespie now in orange and white. How special is it to be able to come from Greeneville to play at Tennessee?
It's really special. We had a lot of players get developed here and then to go to the next level. So just being part of those guys, it means a lot to me.
Coach talked a lot about your character and being in the weight room either before class or before practice. Where do you get that work ethic from?
Probably just the people around me. We all just work hard together as a team. Just everybody around me just pushing me to be the best of me and just helps me a lot.
Obviously being there for a cornerback, defensive back for Tennessee. What excites you most about the potential that you have and having a couple of seasons under your belt?
Just getting developed at the next level. They have a great coaches up there, and just to help me get to the next level at that end.
How Tennessee fan?
Yeah. Obviously going up here an hour away, everybody around me just grew up a Tennessee fan, so it's crazy.
What's maybe been the message from your parents and maybe your coaches as you get ready for this next stage?
They just told me to stay focused, lock in on school and stuff like that, and just work hard.
For the fans that don't quite know you yet, what can they expect from you on defense?
Just try my best, be a hard worker and just try to do my job.
Coach had a lot of positive things to say about Zay today, but I would say the main thing is you talked about his character and going to the weight room before class or before practice. What was it like having somebody like him on the team with such high character?
It's special that, that's one thing that, we've felt like this program's been successful for because we have such high character kids and the work ethic that they do. And, he's a great example of that. And, hard work every day, no matter if we're getting ready to play in the fourth round of the semifinals or at the start of the season, you get the same work ethic for him in the weight room, on the field, and then in the game.
You mentioned the special moment when he was offered from Tennessee standing on the 50-yard line at practice. Can you describe what that moment was like?
Obviously they were in the stadium during spring practice and, being down there and, the coaches told us before practice to make sure we stay around till afterwards just so they can talk to us. And then, after, they wanted to see him and talk with him. He went on a, visit the campus and everything that day. And then we're standing there with Coach Martinez and, he said, we're going to offer you a full scholarship. And then Coach Heupel comes over there and talks to us. Really special moment, really for them, but me just getting to be a part of that and just stand back and watch a kid live his dream, really special for me.
A two-way athlete for Greeneville, obviously going there to be a cornerback, defensive back for Tennessee. What makes him so dynamic in that role?
One thing, he's long, he's 6 foot tall, he's got long arms, unreal speed. His speed is, world class, and he, can run stuff down, explosive, really good when the ball is in the air. So, they really everybody's like, well, why ain't he going to play receiver? And, a lot of schools want him to play receiver at the big level, but, Tennessee fell in love with him at corner, and, he's raw. He's not played much defense before. He's only played really for 2 years at corner, so he's still got a lot of learning to do, and his future's bright at that position.